been waiting a long time for this.
Keep waiting, bitch.
Hey guys, have you ever wondered what makes fight scenes stand out in films? Why do some films like John Wick or Kingsman seem to get it right, while other films just seem to fall short? Well, today I wanted to dive into that a little bit, and hopefully the next time you see an action film, or just a fight sequence, you can either appreciate it a little bit more, or recognize why it fails to entertain. My name is Aaron Field. I did Taekwondo for about 10 years of my life, as well as had a strong passion for film, which led to me doing a bit of fight choreography as a hobby. I'm currently a film student in Los Angeles, which means I've been seeing a lot of movies lately. Too many. I'm very broke. Movies are expensive here. But back to the point. Action and fight scenes. Before I start, I want you guys to remember that if something is entertaining to you, then it's succeeded. People can shit on Michael Bay's movies as much as they want, but it still kills at the box office. Today I'm not going to focus on what makes a bad fight scene, but more what makes the good ones good. I think the reason action is so cathartic for a lot of people is its chaos. It's a break from the mundane or the routine and steps into a world where anything can happen at really any time. Therefore, I think one of the key skills for directing and choreographing action is controlling that chaos. There are plenty of others, but I think you'll come to see that every good fight scene has some sort of grasp on this. How we perceive this chaos as an audience is going to be directly influenced by whose point of view the director wants the audience to be in. Is it from a skilled assassin, in which case we should feel like he's always in control of the situation? Or is it from the point of view of an average college student being towered by the dizzying battle of giant robots? In which case, maybe it's good as an audience we find ourselves disoriented in the flurry of motion. Specifically, with the release of the sequel coming soon, I want to take a look today at Kingsman: The Secret Service. More specifically, the church fight, and what makes this scene in particular so great. So what does make the church scene such a standout moment? Is it the badass soundtrack with Lynyrd Skynyrd's Freebird? The continuous long takes pulling you through the scene? Or is it something else? Spoiler alert, it's all the above. Let's start with the obvious, the soundtrack, Freebird. It's underestimated how important music, or the lack thereof, is in a scene like this, or any scene for that matter. Obviously, some of the most iconic moments or scenes in film also have some of the most iconic songs. Recent films like Baby Driver,
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I got to tell you about,
or even the Lego Batman movie do a great job with this.
Because I just wrote a song about how I'm gonna kick all your butts.
Think about scenes like those versus trying to remember a fight scene from a film like The Avengers. There are undeniably some awesome moments, but they're accompanied by a less than iconic or interesting score. After leaving the theater, I find myself praising Marvel movies in generalizations rather than specifics. For example, wow, that New York sequence in Avengers was amazing, versus I loved it in Baby Driver when he pulls off a 180 in, 180 out in the alley. But back to Freebird. Freebird in itself is a chaotic song. It starts off with what sounds like a ballad and slowly builds to a badass rock tune with some sick solos. So when Colin Firth pulls his gun and fires that first shot, we've just finished the build up to the song and have dove headfirst into the action. From here, we get to talk about long takes. Now, long takes aren't synonymous with good action. You can have great action without, or you can have bad action with. You look at films like John Wick, which pull out and show you the whole scene continuously. We see things coming and we get to see how our hero deals with it. Or there are films that push in and cut rhythmically, like the Bourne films, often hiding and selling hits in the cuts, as well as revealing information as the character discovers it. Cut to the character finding the pen, cut to the character with the pen, and, well, you get the point. Both of these techniques work and can be used to different means, but what's interesting about the church scene is it pulls elements from both. A lot of the scene plays out in real time. It's like watching Bruce Lee fight and knowing it's actually happening because you aren't cutting, you're letting the sequence play out. But the cool thing is, we get the intensity and personal connection that we would in a Bourne film. We push close while maintaining the illusion of continuous action. So how do they do this? Well, they cut. Much like the film Birdman, there are a ton of hidden cuts in this sequence, whether it be whip pans, muzzle flashes, zooms, or obstruction of the lens. There's plenty of ways they pulled those cuts off. Now, because of the combination of this single take illusion, as well as the up close and personal point of view, we get the best of both worlds. Not only is our character fighting through an amazingly well choreographed sequence to compensate for the long take, but we also get to dive into the middle of it, feeling like we're part of the action. We see threats incoming only when Harry does. We see new weapons as Harry does, as unique as they may be. Then we can talk about the camera movement. One of the main reasons this scene feels so badass is we feel badass watching it. The action scenes in Kingsman are very kinetic and motivated, meaning that the camera is very driven by the motion of the characters. Whether that be a punch or a duck, the camera almost feels bound to whoever we're watching. When Colin Firth climbs the church pews, we climb up with him. When he tackles someone to the ground, we fall down with him. We're able to navigate the chaos of the church through the point of view of a trained Kingsman. We feel like we're running alongside him because that's literally what the camera is doing in the scene. Even when we cut to outside characters like Eggsy or Merlin, they're watching a direct point of view shot, literally his first person view of the chaos.
What the heck is going on?
Through a combination of these techniques as well as many others, Kingsman created an iconic scene that really sold me on the whole franchise. Again, those are just a few things that make action great. Films that fall short are the ones that assume action is no more than guns and cool punches. Once again though, I'm Aaron Field and thank you guys for watching.